But we're going to start this week off with a sad, somber feeling and note after hearing the news of Tiger Woods rolling his car on March 26th. Story is that he rolled his car in Jupiter, Florida, a residential neighborhood, being charged and arrested for DUI, suspicion of intoxication, not with alcohol, property damage as well, and refusal to take a urine test upon arriving at the jail there. Passed the breathalyzer, but wouldn't take the urine test. So we've seen this with Tiger. It's sad. He's one of my heroes, and I've seen him do great things on the golf course. But I've seen him do some stupid things off of it, especially in the last 15 years. And it's really sad. Tell stories about how great this guy was, and to see sort of this tail end of his career as he's 50 years old and what's going on right now. But it doesn't diminish what he accomplished. It doesn't diminish how good he was or how good he is skill-wise with the game of golf. His achievements are still outstanding. But we're just praying that he can get some help and figure this out, as a father, as a person that we all care about. We're just hoping we don't see another one of these rollovers. The last one, at the Genesis, that was scary stuff there, tearing the Achilles and all the things that we're seeing him deal with that's keeping him away from playing golf competitively. That was bad enough. And, to see it again, it makes it that much worse. My personal feeling is he needs to go away, man. He needs to disappear for a while, get himself together. I watch the TGL League, and every time I see him, his eyes look so beady. He just doesn't look right. Something looks off. We know how many surgeries this guy's had. We hear the stories of these athletes from basketball and football, hockey, right? They get addicted to these painkillers and their method of relief. And, that can't last forever, especially if it involves, things that are unhealthy and drugs that are going to harm you. I just don't understand why he's behind a wheel. It makes no sense to me. As much money as this guy has, he's got a team for everything else that he does. Why isn't there someone to chauffeur him around, especially knowing the pain, knowing the past? It reminds me when Charles Barkley sort of got in trouble with Michael Jordan and talking about how, Michael Jordan had so many yes men around him and that these people wouldn't tell him anything other than what he wanted to hear. That's not being a good friend. That's not being a good, staffer in that instance, if you are close to him. So I a lot of confusion as to why this happened, understanding addiction, understanding, what people can go through, even understanding that he's lost both of his parents. I told you, man, people get weird. When you don't have mom and dad to tell you about yourself, people get strange. But I think in his case, it's just wash, rinse, repeat. And for him, it's trying to get healthy enough to play and doing the things to his body that he has to get healthy enough to play. And then, running into hiccups and things that detour him from that.